What's up, everybody? I am back today with another video. Listen, if you have not done it yet, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you might say, I don't know how to subscribe. It's that simple. Go to my YouTube channel. It's got a great big button that says subscribe. Next to that button is a bell. That bell, when you click that, it's going to notify you every time I upload content. So I want you subscribing. I want you hitting that bell. I want you commenting. I want you liking. And I want you sharing. And you might say, Cliff, you're asking for a lot. It's not even going to take a lot of energy for you to do that. Especially because y'all be hitting me up in my inboxes talking about or DMing me. My terminology may not be up to date. But how much you enjoy the videos and you enjoy the content and you love it. I appreciate all that in my inbox. But y'all, I want to see that in the comment section. I want to see that from the likes. I want to see it from the shares. And I want to see it from you subscribing to the channel. Is that too hard to ask? Tell me if it's too hard. I didn't think so. And if you have a channel, I'll subscribe to your channel. I'll support. I don't mind supporting at all. But I'm getting on today, y'all. I want to talk about something serious. Okay? And I'm laughing not at this situation. I'm laughing at something else. But I seriously want to talk about depression. And I want to talk about getting help. All right? First of all, I know firsthand how serious depression can be. There are different types of depression. I dealt with situational depression. Situational depression, I mean, basically comes from various situations in our life. Whether it's a loss of job, whether it's a divorce, whether you experience something else traumatic, whatever it is, it's situational. However, it can hit you hard. And some people even are prescribed medication. Personally, I haven't been prescribed medication. However, I went to therapy. And that was one of my outlets in getting past depression. But I've been there. I've been where you just wanted to sit in a room all day. You wanted it dark, but then you wanted it light, but then you didn't want it too light, and then you didn't want it too dark, and you wanted people around, but you didn't want them around, and you wanted people to see what was going on with you, but you didn't want them to see what was going on with you, because that's a sign of weakness if you can't handle your problems and your circumstances on your own. That's a lie. We're not even created to handle situations on our own. That's not how we were created. Now, I know some of our cultures has taught us that you never show your emotions and you don't let anybody see you in a vulnerable state or a vulnerable situation. Y'all, that was not, and I understand why some people did it, but that's not healthy. And one of the things about depression that I had to come to grips with was I had been making unhealthy decisions and choices in my life. Whether it was psychological, whether it was spiritual, whether it was economical, whatever type of it, y'all, I was not making very good decisions. But you know why I wasn't making good decisions? And I always bring it back. It's because I didn't see any future. I saw no purpose in my life. I saw no purpose in my life. And it didn't matter who saw purpose in my life. I didn't see it. And I thought at times the world would be a better world without me. I did, regardless of the people that call and text and message, and all of that. I was so selfish. And hear what I'm saying, guys. Hear what I'm saying, because I know we get so case sensitive about everything. But depression will sometimes have you at a state of being selfish, because no matter what, all I was thinking about was how I felt. How it made me feel. If it made me feel good, many times I didn't care about, and this was strange for me because anybody knows me, a lot of times I didn't do a lot of things because I worried about how that was going to make other people feel, what other people were going to think, all of those different things. But when it came to a depressed state, I just didn't care. If whatever makes me happy, that was it, Jennifer Hudson, whatever makes you happy, yeah. That song, yeah, that's what I was doing. And now, understand that y'all heard that, didn't you? Now listen, do not call me to sing because I'm not coming. Okay, I'm not coming. Well, it depends on if your price is right. If your price, yeah, maybe I would come if your price is right. But don't be hating on my voice either, because I know I can sing. I don't care what anybody says. I've heard myself and I know I can sing. But anyway, what was I talking about? Did I just forget what I was talking about? Yo, we were talking about depression. But then I got thinking about my singing, and it sounds so good. But anyway, I got to rewind this to see what I was talking about. Okay, I'm back. I remember what I was talking about, y'all. But don't take life too serious sometimes. Learn to laugh and have fun. But what I was saying was, I just didn't care. I was in that state where I didn't care. If it hurt other people, I really honestly didn't care. And that's not a good state to be in. You need to do what makes you happy. You need to do what you desire to do. It's your life. I get it. Hey, just live your life. Whatever. Do what you want to do. But understand there's consequences connected to it. But also, I used to be very conscious if I did things that would intentionally hurt people. When I was depressed, I just didn't care. And that's one of the signs that you really need to recognize, like, wait a minute, something's going on here. But that's the state that I was in with that. And like I said, I didn't want nobody around, but I wanted people around. I wanted help, but I didn't want help. I was mean. I lashed out at people, but I isolated myself a lot. I mean, I'm a person that likes to be by herself a lot anyway, but the isolation just got ridiculous. It was taken to a whole nother level. It hit me hard. It honestly hit me hard, and it took me a while to identify what it was. Why? Because I had been taught that we don't get depressed. And I think some of you know what I mean when I say we don't get depressed. We don't get depressed because depression is for another type of people. Depression means you're weak. Depression means that you just want attention. But what you don't understand is I didn't want attention. Not at all. Matter of fact, I'm not a person that likes attention. I mean, sometimes I like attention. I do like it. From certain people, I like attention. That's the reality of it. But I didn't want attention. That's not what I was, and that some people tell you, just snap out of it. Why can't you just snap out of it? Unless you've experienced it, you wouldn't understand that it's not something you can just snap out of. And some days you'll have feelings like you snapped out of it. You will feel free. You will feel like, oh, this feels so good. And then that next day it'll hit you again and you're right back in that same state. Why? Because it's a chemical imbalance. It's your emotions are all over the place. And some of us are already, listen, I am an emotional person. I know that. I don't care. I don't care that people say I'm extremely emotional. That's something I connected with. But when I was depressed, my emotions were, Lord have mercy, they were, I mean, literally all over the place, and like I said, I had to get help, and I knew I needed help, and I went to counseling. And my encouragement to you, the only reason why I made this video is I want to encourage you today. If you are struggling with depression, and I played a lot on this recording, and it's not a play because I don't take this serious. It's a play because I've been bound up before and I know what it means to be free from it. But if you're struggling with it today, do not try to fight it on your own. You are not meant to fight this thing on your own. That is one of the greatest tricks of depression, is to make you think that you can conquer this thing on your own. Get the help that you need. Get you a counselor, y'all. And I'm not talking about go to your friend who always helps you with your problems. Sometimes you need professional help. Stop running from the reality that you need professional help and go get the help that you need. It will set you free. I always talk about my therapist. I love that man. That man was my best friend. I told him before, I was like, yo, you have became my best friend. Then I had to explain to him, well, technically you're not my best friend because I got to pay you to be able to talk to you. And legally, you can't tell my business. So, and some of you are struggling with trusting people. You need to find somebody that they're legally bound to keep your personal information. And they also have the skill set to help you through your situation. Yes, I am a big proponent of prayer. Get your prayer, get your healing, get your deliverance, but also sit down on a couch and talk through the problems that you have suppressed and that you think are dead, but they're just in a coma waiting for the next opportunity or the right opportunity to wake up and to cause you to go right back in that depressive state. I've been there, y'all. I've been there. If you need to talk, call me. Call me, email me. Let's sit down and talk. But ultimately, I'm going to direct you. If I can't help you, I'm going to direct you in the right direction for help. But you have to realize that isolation is not the key. And if you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, get help. I'm going to put the number up here. Call and get help. Do not play with those suicidal thoughts. Do not think, oh, this will pass. I'll get past this. No, 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 no. Call. Get the help that you need. Get the help that you need. It'll lift a weight right off of you. As I always say, create a great day and walk in your purpose.